Here's the graph of y equals sine x. Some key points are that the sine of 0 is 0, the sine of 90 is 1, the sine of 180 is 0, the sine of 270 is minus 1, and the sine of 360 is 0. This whole shape here repeats. So it's there, it's also there, and it will carry on up here. Here's the graph of y equals cos x. It looks similar to the graph of y equals sine x, but it's all been shifted back 90 degrees. So the cosine of 0 is 1, the cosine of 90 is 0, the cosine of 180 is minus 1, the cosine of 270 is 0, and the cosine of 360 is 1. And again, it's a periodic graph. It keeps repeating itself every 360 degrees. The graph of y equals tan x is different. The tangent of 0 is 0. The tangent of 90 is undefined. It's an infinite number. So this line here, the line x equals 90 degrees, is an asymptote. The graph approaches this line, but it never actually touches it, and it certainly never crosses it. The tangent of 180 is 0, and then the line x equals 270 is also an asymptote. So this is a periodic graph, and this time the graph repeats every 180 degrees. Now this is the graph of y equals 2 cos x, so every value on the y-axis has been multiplied by 2. So whereas before the graph went from 1 to minus 1, because it's multiplied by 2 here, then the graph is just twice as big. It's a stretch, scale factor 2, in the direction of the y-axis. This graph looks very much like the sine graph. It is a sine graph, but it's all been shifted down by 2 units. So whereas before we had sine of 0 is 0, we've got the sine of 0, and then you take away 2 to get minus 2. The sine of 90 was 1, but take away 2, it's minus 1. The sine of 180 was 0, take away 2, it's minus 2, and so on. So this is the graph of y equals sine x minus 2. It's the same as the sine x graph, but it's been translated down by 2 units. Now this graph is similar to the graph of y equals sine x, which I'm drawing now in black. So here's the graph of y equals sine x, and it goes back like this. But the whole thing has been reflected in this line here, the x-axis. So whereas before it was sine of 90 is 1, now it's minus 1. Whereas before it was sine of 270 is minus 1, it's now 1. So this is the graph of y equals minus sine x. Every y value has a minus sign put in front of it.